I'm Jess, and today's Top 5 Wednesday video. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey over at Ginger's Lainey. I will link the Goodreads group and her channel in the description down below. Today's topic is top 5 tropes that you hate. And I had a lot of trouble figuring this one out because I'm not too aware of tropes sometimes. And I just enjoy a book for a book most of the time. So my first trope is insta-love, and it happens a lot, insta-love. I think insta-love is one of the ones that I notice in most books because it's there in all of them, and that's the one problem with it. Like, it's there in a lot of books, and if it was only a few books, it wouldn't matter so much, but because it's a lot of them, where like a character glances at another character across the room and instantly is like, oh, I'm in love with them, I'm gonna be with them forever, that's when it's annoying. And but it doesn't annoy me as much as it does other people if it's with like 13-year-olds, because I remember what that was like, thinking, oh, that boy's attractive, I love him, and we're gonna be together forever. Because that's what it's like when you're 13. That's what you believe when you were 13. And that's okay to fall in love with people quickly, or fall in love with people quickly at 13, because that's what you're doing. You're learning that that's not love. So that's okay. The next one is another one that is in every YA book that I read, and that is absentee parents. There is not a lot of books in YA that actually have their parents involved in their life, which just isn't realistic because most people have parents in their lives, at least, whether they're like good parents or bad parents, they're still there and still active in their child's life most of the time. And it's not realistic to have every single character's parents either be completely absent because they're bad parents or dead all of the time, because that's not diverse. That's just, I don't want to include parents as characters stopping the teenagers from doing things that I need them to do for the story, and it's just not realistic. So next is obvious love triangles, and that is like when there's a love triangle but I'm not going to be surprised at who she chooses or who he chooses because it's absolutely obvious who they're going to choose. Yes, I'm thinking of Twilight. Bella was never gonna choose Jacob. It was obvious throughout the whole series, so there was no point badgering us with this Edward or Jacob thing because it was never even a question in most readers' minds. She was gonna get with Edward even if you liked Jacob more, because she liked Jacob less. So it was never, I don't know why it was there, because it didn't need to be there. I think love triangles are good when they're done like the Infernal Devices series, where you generally don't know who Tessa is gonna pick because she loves them both and in the same way, and it's very similar and you don't know who she's gonna pick, and that's when a love triangle works, not when it's obvious who the main character is gonna pick. The next one is less of a plot trope and more of a sentence that comes up all the time, and you've probably heard it before, but that's the breath I didn't know I was holding cliche in most YA books. Once you've read it once and realised that it's a thing in books, you see it all the time and it has to have an eye roll every time you read it, because it's just ridiculous. And the last one is more of a character trope, and that is the manic pixie dream girl, which is the girl whose only purpose in the story is to firstly be the love interest for the boy, and secondly to entice him into whatever adventure he has to go on, like force him into doing something that he wouldn't have normally done. Margot is brilliant. Like, she's not a manic pixie dream girl, but Q sees her as a manic pixie dream girl, and that's why he goes on this big adventure, because he thinks that she's trying to force him into it, and she's not. But she acts as a manic pixie dream girl in that story, even though she's not one. But I like that one because she's not one. It's very self-aware of itself. It knows that Q's acting like that, and that's the moral of it, to imagine people complexly, not as a manic pixie dream girl. So that was my top 5 Wednesday for this week, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.